Last week I made a 5-star meal with just 10 Australian dollars. Today I'm going to do it with just 5. Last week I made a steak, mash and fries dish for under a whopping $10. So today I'm halving that budget and seeing what I can make. However, my last video didn't come without a load of ignorant hate comments. So while I'm in the shop shopping for this challenge, I'm going to cut to me in the future, going through all these comments and put them into place. So this is me in the future and we're going to go through all of these comments. First up, nothing special. Every Aussie knows how to barbecue. All you did was spray toxic oil spray on the steak and make cheap chips. How is this 5-star? This vid will get you a job at a random pub in the middle of nowhere. So first of all, yes, I did spray oil onto my steak while it was on the barbecue, so it didn't stick to the barbecue. But the main thing he's saying here is that it was toxic oil. I did in fact use a canister that used to hold some toxic oil with all sorts of process bads in there, but I've been using the same canister just with my own olive oil filled in inside. So no need to worry, no toxic oil on your steak. And as for you saying every Aussie knows how to barbecue, of course they do, that's sort of their thing. The video wasn't me teaching Australians how to barbecue. So not too sure what your point was there. This video would get me a job at a random pub in the middle of nowhere. I already have quite a nice job at a nice restaurant, so there's no need for me to shop around a YouTube video to try and get a job. Not like that's how it works anyway. So anyway, next one. So this is from a guy called Steve Device. He put a fair few different comments that spanned a few different days, so he kept coming back to the video and sort of adding different points. But anyway, we're going to see what he said. So, chef, LMAO, laugh my ass off. Spray oil, garbage cut of steak, looks like 2-star at least, lad. Hope the slop you cook at the RSL is better. Yeah, so again, spray oil, I didn't tell people in the video that it was my own oil, but I didn't think people would be so upset about it. And garbage cut of steak, mate, it was a $10 challenge. You give me $20 and I'll go buy a better cut of steak. But I had a $10 budget and that steak was on offer, so apologies, it's a part of the challenge. And hope the slop you cook at the RSL is better. I'm not too sure what the RSL is. I'm guessing it's some sort of pub in the middle of nowhere comment. Again, I've got a pretty nice job. And if I did work at the RSL, the food would be probably the best at the RSL I've ever seen. So anyway, next one. Go shopping at Aldi's. Buy ingredients for a wholesome meal. Show us this 5-star, mate. This is just scraping for scraps. Sort of the point really, scraping for scraps. It was a $10 challenge. Sort of just going for it, just going with the flow, making whatever I could with what I had, which was a potato and a steak. I think I did pretty well in the challenge. And it's comment about Aldi's, and you know, of course, Aldi is much more cheaper than the IGA. But that just makes the challenge even more prominent because I'm shopping at the more expensive IGA and I'm still getting more meals than you could ever imagine. I can imagine Steve Device sat there on his device with a pot noodle next to him with about 1,000 reward points from Burger King, or Hungry Jack's as it's called here. So obviously I'm not going to listen to this guy, he's full of crap. So anyway, let's see what I got from the shop to do this 5-star meal for $5. I mean, if the response is this bad for a really nice $10 5-star meal, then let's see what the response is next time for this $5 5-star meal. Anyway, let's see what I got. So I'm back from the shop and this is what I got. Bear in mind that this went under budget of the $5. I got a 95-cent value pack of spaghetti. This is a full pack of spaghetti, 500 grams of spaghetti right here. And then 90% of the budget went on some nice high quality tomato passata. But just for reference, $5, under $5, $4.95 to be exact, is under like £2.40 back where I come from, which is absolutely insane. Bear in mind that this full pack of pasta and this full massive jar of tomatoes could very easily feed 3 people. 4 if you really wanted to stretch it. Even more insane if you think about the amount of people who don't do this stuff and they decide because they're skint to order McDonald's and takeaways. It's absolutely insane. Just feed yourself and the people around you with good foods. I proved it last week when I made a really nice steak dinner for under $10. This is insane how much you can get for so little. And I'm going to show you how to make it really nice 5-star gourmet. Let's go. We are making Assassin's pasta. It's a very unique, surprisingly Italian recipe. You're going to see how I make it, but these ingredients are also what's in it. But right here I've got some finely minced garlic paste, chili flakes, and some Australian extra virgin olive oil. These are things you might have in the cupboard. If not, you can just make a simple pasta sauce recipe and jazz it up with some other bits and bobs you've got in your pantry. But this is what I'm making. The whole idea of the dish is that you're charring the spaghetti, which is why you're not cooking it before, you're sort of cooking it straight in the pan and overcooking the sauce so you get this really intense flavour, and the chili and garlic comes out as well, so you just got a unique dish. So let's speed run the rest of this because I want to get it done. Okay, so there's a lot of things that you can do with pasta, and I understand the assassin's pasta, which is a very unique recipe, is not something people would usually do, but it still goes to prove that you can get a quality meal if you make it right for under $5 here in Australia. Bear in mind, I've got lots of pasta and sauce left. I could make something else later, who knows. But anyway, we're gonna try the assassin's pasta. See if it's any good. Honestly, it's got a lot of flavour. Surprisingly, the pasta's really cooked well. It's sort of al dente, maybe a little bit harder. The taste of the sort of overcooked tomato, it's got a lot of sweetness in it. The chili flakes and the garlic really come through. Obviously the cheese gives it that extra touch. I mean, honestly, I would happily go to Italy and get this for $20. I'd pay $20 for this. So, you know, if you're a restaurant and you're making this, I would pay you $20 and you would get $15 back in profit. So yeah, I know what I'm gonna make myself rather than ordering a Hungry Jack's. But anyway, thank you if you've watched so far. I really enjoy cooking, and I think I'm gonna do a few more cooking things on YouTube. I don't particularly want to be a YouTuber, but I want to stay creative whilst I'm over here in Australia. So yeah, let's see where this goes. This was banging. Gonna make some more banging food. Subscribe.